name is Tove. Welcome back to my channel, ToveLoveKnits. I love knitting and I now also love promoting knitting. But I realized that it might be difficult for new knitters to start. And therefore I wanted to break it down with some tutorials on how you start, the basics of knitting, and maybe further along, maybe some tips and techniques about different topics. Today we'll start really at the beginning. We'll start with the cast on. So enjoy this little tutorial and see you next time. All right, let's cast on. By casting on, you start with a slip knot. You make a bend in your yarn, you pull the bend over to create the bunny ears, and then you do up, a twist and a through motion to get your slip knot. You want your tail in your right hand and your working yarn coming from above, from your left. All right, I will show you 3 ways of casting on. The technique you would like to choose is really depending on what you're comfortable with and what your project needs. The most simple and easiest one, which I use when I have a lot of stitches to cast on, is a simple twist. You take your yarn from below and create a V with your thumb, and you put your needle below and pull again, below and pull. It's a very simple cast on, and you can do it as loose or as tight as you want, and it creates this little band of stitches. It's this one I also use when I have a sewn on collar, for example, with a double collar that I will sew down. The edge won't be very neat or very nice, but it's very good for a quick and easy cast on. Second cast on method I will show you is actually the method that my grandmother taught me when I first started knitting. It's a cast on that creates more of a twist and a bump in your cast on stitch. Instead of your V, you will now create sort of a triangle. This is the movement: underneath, above, collect and pull through. Triangle, underneath, above, collect and pull through, and then tighten. Can you see there a little bit of a bump instead of a band like that? We do a couple more. This creates a very secure and nice looking cast on edge. There we go. Right. The third and last cast on I will show you is the long tail cast on. And this required, as the name suggests, a very long tail. How long tail you need depends on how many stitches you need. You can easily measure by wrapping around your needle, for example, like so. This is 4. That's how long a 4 cast on stitches are. Then you can double it with 8, double that with 16, and so on. I will now just take a random amount of tail. You can make a slip knot, or you can simply twist your yarn around your needle. This is your first stitch. You create sort of an M shape. You take underneath your thumb, collect your pointer finger and through. Release and stretch. Again, underneath your thumb, pointer finger, through and release. And release. One more. So this, as you can see, creates a little bit more structure in your stitches. And it creates a nice little V still. already. This is a very neat cast on and is perfect for a raw edge, a collar that it's not twisted over. And it's a nice way of doing it. The only downside is that you do have to plan ahead of how much yarn you need to use. I will cast on a couple of more stitches. But as you see, it's a very quick and easy way of casting on, and it creates a nice movement and flow. One more really, really slow one, and there you go. Okay, you now have 3 techniques on how to cast on. Practice and choose the one you are most comfortable with. Good luck and happy knitting!